guys what I'm going to be doing today. I will be prepping my raised bed and what's in back of you, which is some mulch. I went to my local mulch facility today and got some mulch. And what I'm doing here is I'm just layering it on top for the fall and winter season throughout the spring because I will only be using a couple of crops this fall and winter season. I'm not doing the whole garden bed as you can see here. What I'm doing is I'm basically going to allow the soil. I'm gonna sit on this right quick. I'm gonna let the soil partially rest. It's not gonna be uh, in full dormancy, what have you, or rest or for the season, or put to sleep for the season. It's still going to be used. So what I have done, as you know in the previous video, I took up mostly mainly everything that was here in this raised bed behind you, and what I did was I place here compost from my compost bin that we got rid of. And right now, most of my remaining compost that I'm composting is in used nursery pots until we go ahead and purchase a compost tumbler or a mini compost bin. We are not going to go get one of those cage composters that's for cheap, because we need the space, and I want my landscapers, aka gardeners, to be able to cut the bushes. I'm sorry, the bushes behind in front of you or in back or behind you, as you see behind me. So what I have done is I took the remaining compost, place it on top of the soil here and here, and as you can see, we got the way. There are leaves here, and so what I already did is thus far already added some of the mulch. As you can see, the wood chips and mulch here. Now, the good thing about wood chips or mulch, you can, it's beneficial to your soil. It allows the soil to get the fungi it needs. As you know, some of us will use the mycorrhiza, and unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing that here in this raised bed or in my containers throughout this season. I'm just going to use the mulch and wood chips, because what's going to happen is the wood chips, as you see here, is going to be able to allow this to break down. Sometimes what happens too, when you add the mulch and the wood chips to your raised bed, your garden, your regular garden bed, without the or whatever you use for your container, it allows mushrooms and the bacteria from the wood to be beneficial to the soil. A lot of people don't really, some people are against wood chips and mulching. They feel like mulching won't help your soil, or it's a whole bunch of he say she say that goes on. But I believe that before we started using our urban gardening experiences and farming and farming and using containers, there was, before we would have houses like this as we do today, this was all land. There wasn't no homes like you see as now in this century, 21st century. And so it's funny to me because they always have their own opinions. Which, if you go back in history, they didn't have all of what we have today. They used things like this to allow their soil to be nutrient, and they used water that had a lot of minerals from the rocks and stuff like that. Some people don't realize that what sand is. Sand, when you look at sand is, sorry, interrupt for the interruption. But I was saying the only things I'm gonna be using in my raised bed is spinach, collard greens, broccolis, and Swiss chard, and lettuce. Those are the things that we will be having a raised bed that's it, nothing else. And what is gonna happen? What's gonna happen into this raised bed? We're not gonna be watering a lot in this raised bed because what's gonna happen? That mulch is gonna help to keep the soil moist. All right. So let's go ahead and get this done very quickly and show you what I'm gonna be doing. All right. So as you can see, I already mulched the other side of my raised bed here. So what I'm going to do now is just continue to mulch broccoli, this broccoli seed. So I got this covered right now, and as you can see, I have a ruler here, a little branch, a little stick here, because I have beans growing in certain areas. So I want to make sure I don't, plant layer the mulch on top of it, as I'm going along. So I basically took 14 gallons of mulch plus another container of mulch, a bin of mulch. And we're just gonna go ahead and I probably need more than that, but we're gonna just go ahead and mulch it. And then later on, I will go back in a couple of weeks and add more mulch because I want it to be really thick with mulch for the fall and winter months. And also, if you have running containers, you can do the same thing. Use mulch as a layer in your containers to allow your soil to be moist and for winter months and fall months, and also to be a blanket so that it can stay warm. The feeder roots can stay warm, but you don't want to cover the feeder roots so much. Okay, guys. So that's another thing. So I don't have no gloves on, but I'm gonna go ahead and just pour the mulch. And this, what mulch is really is, this is not wood chips here. This is also, I'm gonna get my little rake here, my little fork here. This comes in handy, guys. This thing here, you can go to your local big box store, your garden nurseries, and purchase one of these, or go online and purchase one. This comes in handy. They got all different types of these little rakes are called hand forks. So let's go ahead and spread this around. And I'm doing this in the back right now. Alright. And I want a lot. I really do want a lot here. I'm going to be careful and keep just. Alright. And make sure. I'm very, very careful here. Excuse my back side, guys. If my back is showing in a crazy way here. We did a couple of days ago. We did a couple of days ago. Direct seeded some Swiss chard, but I don't think that's gonna grow right now. Grow. I've been having problems growing Swiss chard, so we're just gonna go ahead and get a plant started. Other than that, nothing else is going to be direct seeded into this raised bed. And so what I'm doing here, the reason why, as I said before, the reason why I got this covered, because I don't want to cover the broccoli up with mulch. Let me move this out the way. This is our spinach here. You want to see me basically mulch this as well. Alright? You just want to even it out. Okay? You want to even it out, even it out, even it out, even it out, even it out. Okay? Alright? And I love this right now because you probably say, oh my god, he is going crazy with all this mulch. Got that right. Like I said, we're not doing anything to this raised bed this season. We're allowing it to rest. And what else we're going to be adding to our leaves? Alright? We're going to cover this whole bed with leaves. And eventually, this is going to break down. And I'm going to say, excuse my dress code, guys, if I look kind of tacky today. is my day off, and I appreciate having my day off today. And Sabbath is almost there, and it's a day of rest. So I can't do anything else later on. I'm gonna to enjoy my weekend off and relax and have some time with my family. So it's a great day. And also, what I'm gonna do, hey guys. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is also use this ruler here. That's why I added this stick here, so that what we're gonna do is once we. The great thing about gardening is you can use anything, or a ruler, a piece of board, to line up your or do a diagram, a blueprint of how you want things planted in your garden. You can also do this in a raised bed, in a container, and one of these containers on the side of you can't see it, is basically matter of fact, you see that container over there, container just like that. You could do a lot of things and be creative. You can build things out of wood, out of brick, out of plastic. You can use. So don't be afraid. You can garden anywhere. And a lot of people have their own theory of gardening, but we gotta remember, our ancestors have been doing before us, and we could take those things that they have done and use it to our ability to help, to help others. Let's not be selfish. Let's continue to share things. And remember, though it may not work in your climate, you just have to find a different way to grow that vegetable, that the starch, the flowers. Don't forget about flowers, and don't ever forget about plants and trees and fruit trees as such. So it can grow in your climate. You just have to find that particular species that can handle the climate. So let's continue going on and mulching here. I hope we're having fun, guys. I am. I'm just doing this here. And this is take these cheap things out. This is okay, so for some reason my nose was acting up here. But, see this? I'm gonna show you guys, get a close-up look at this. This is what mulch is. This is just from trees, guys. This is just bark and wood and leaves. This is what helps to strengthen your garden, your food forest, your permaculture garden, whatever you want to call it. But this is what helps break down into soil. So I don't care what you say. Find your local mulch facility that gives away free wood mulch and use it in your garden. You don't have to put so much, but just enough to have you a good cover crop. And this, I can use the remaining, of this. I can use the remaining of this mulch for something else. All right. So, we have a. Did we cover? I think we did. We might. Well, we had covered another bean, and I got it right here. So that happens, guys. I make mistakes too. I'm not perfect, but this is a bean that actually was dying already. But that's alright. It's leggy. I'm gonna put this on